All right, everybody. Hello. How's it going? Can y'all hear me? I'm totally going into this live stream today. It's like one of those days I got a little bit of a cold, kind of fuzzy, but I'm glad to be here with you, talking about the latest updates in Beach Buggy Racing, and we're gonna do stuff a little bit different today. I'm gonna do some car customization, show off some of the new car customization features, and also try to answer a whole bunch of questions that we got on our Discord server earlier this week. So let's get right into it. This new update, it's what we call the winter update. You'll notice that it's still winter in Beach Buggy Land, but there's no candy canes anymore. The candy canes are gone. I hope you got your fill. But we have some new stuff for you. I'm thinking that I need to redo my my Xtreme here because it got a little crazy the last time I customized it, and so I'm gonna just go straight back to the factory skin. Bam, sweet. But even the factory skin is not cool enough for me right now, so I'm gonna try some of the new wheels that we added in the latest update. Timm, our lead artist, added a few wheels. Some of these ideas were ones that we had been kicking around for a while, and some of them, this is one of them right there, pretty awesome. And some of them are ideas that the Discord server, the people on the Discord server suggested. This is the one that we like to call the Biohazard wheel. That's pretty sweet too. But the one that I was looking for is this one, Tron wheel. I like a good Tron wheel. So because I'm compulsive and I have to make both of the wheels look the same, I think I'm gonna just do that. And then brake color, I can do anything I want, can I? I'm gonna keep it kind of dark though. So maybe, shoot, red is just always good. And then for the paint, let's see. I think maybe something. I'm gonna start with the accent color because I want to pick something that's gonna look cool with these neon rims. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that. And then for the underlying paint color, maybe something kind of like this. I could use like a stripe. Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's pretty nice. I like that. Alright, I'm feeling that. And then I think also under accessories, we added a couple things. Nothing. These are subtle. These are what I like to call subtle accessories. We still have, by the way, some of the holiday accessories here, but I'm not going for crazy. I'm going for subtle. So one of the things that we added was color variations for most of these. So there's like this fin. There's the decal, or the regular paint color fin, and then there's the decal color fin. I'll show you a good use for that later. And then there's also a frowny face. We had a smiley face, but sometimes you feel like a frowny face. And because I have a little bit of a cold, I'm gonna go frowny. And then we also added some new flag colors, I believe. So I'm gonna go into the back here and do, I can't even see it, it's so tall. It's such a huge flag. I'm gonna put this other one on over here. And go with the decal color flags. I believe that is new in this build also. So I got some sweet flags, I got a frowny face, I'm gonna buy that, and I'm gonna do a little racing. Let's just get right down to it. And while I'm racing, we are gonna answer some Discord questions. You know, we have a Discord server, right? And we actually got like some kind of not premium upgrade, because we have enough like subscribers now, I think. We got our own custom join link. So you can just head over to discord.gg/vectorunit and join up. That's all you gotta do. We do a lot of stuff over on the Discord server. We have custom special Discord tournaments. In fact, we're having one this weekend. We have votes and polls. We show people stuff that we're working on while we're working on it before it even looks good, because that's how we do it. And we ask people what questions they want to put to us during the live stream. And so I'm going to try to play And oh man, I'm gonna try to play and read questions and answer them and win. I'm gonna try to do all of that and win and not cough at the same time. So let's see if I can do it. Question number one. Question number one, actually, you know what? I'm failing already because I have to move a window, so I'm just gonna reach over here really quick. Okay, question number one, will you add new cars? That is a question from Elite Team Gas. The answer is yes. Right there, see, that was easy. Actually, the more detailed answer is we are working on some new motorcycles right now. Yeah, we added motorcycles in a recent update, as you probably know, and it's been like our most popular car by far. Like everybody loves, I mean, I guess it's not really a car, but everybody loves the motorcycles. And so we're adding more motorcycles, and I think we're going to add a dirt bike and like a futuristic motorcycle. So those are, I'm really excited about those. And then of course we'll add more other new cars in the future. Oh, check it out! I totally just got a silver. I'm gonna collect this right now so I can start opening my silver chest. You know, there was another related question. 1 second. There was a related question from another user, UdayGZ, who said, will there be gold skin missions for cars to earn in an upcoming update? Oh, thanks. The answer to that question is yes. We added, as many of you know, we added the costumes for the characters not too long ago. I haven't even unlocked most of them in this game that I'm playing here online. But each of the characters has its own special costume that you can unlock when you complete these missions. And as those of you who play on Xbox or on one of the other consoles know, for the cars, we also had special gold skins. And so up here where it says custom skin, it's going to be the same kind of thing. You'll be able to click on this, and then it'll bring up a list of missions that you can complete in order to unlock the gold skin for that car. I don't know for sure when that's going to come. I think maybe in the next build. We'll see. Sometime soon. And we're probably going to do it in batches. I think we're going to release, like maybe 15, 20 of the cars, and then we'll release another 20, kind of doing bits like that. But the gold cars are pretty sweet. And we've been doing a little bit more. Gold cars were something that we had in the first Beach Buggy game, and we've done a little bit more with them in this game, like adding some more custom attachments and things like that. So the gold cars are pretty cool. And it's really just about bragging to your friends anyway, because it's not easy to complete all of those missions. And speaking of not easy, how many power-ups can I pack onto this one car? Ouch. Yeah, you want some of this? Oh man, I missed twice. Let's see, I'm gonna answer another question. Tom Gotcha asks, how did you guys create Beach Buggy Racing? That's a huge question, Tom Gotcha. Let's see, where to start? We have our own game engine. Some people use, you've heard about like Unity or Unreal. Well, those guys ain't got nothing on us because we've got the Vector engine. We're the only company in the world. Well, we're one of only 2 or 3 companies in the world that uses the Vector engine, because we've actually let a couple of other people use it from time to time. But yeah, all of our games, Riptide games, the Beach Buggy games, they're all done using our game engine. And, how do you make a game? Like, we build it up out of little pieces. You know what? I'm going to do something I never do. Are you ready for this? I'm going to do something that I never do on this live stream, and I'm going to do it crazy style. Here we go. I'm going to pause. Okay, so I'm playing on a special version of our game engine that I have access to, but most people in the world do not. And this is a special debug version of our game engine that lets me fly around and look at stuff in the game. I never do this, but I'm doing it right now. I'm breaking down the 4th wall. And so you can see this is what the game world that we made for this wasteland environment looks like. Am I blowing your mind right now? This is what the track looks like if you could just take the camera out and fly around. And so, and then if you go behind the world, this isn't really going to be pretty, but if you go back here, this is what the world looks like from behind. What? Sometimes people send us bugs. They're like, hey, I flew out of the world, and I ended up here inside the gears, and we're like, come on, how did you do that? But it happens. Anyway, so yeah, we build up the world by first making like some background elements like this, like rocks and desert and stuff like that. And then we have these props like turn signs that are destructible and have little broken pieces inside them if you hit them. And we decorate the world with these props and little pieces of grass. And we basically build each world up. It takes a huge amount of work. You have to place all these little pieces of grass, and you have to add the special effects, the particle effects for the burning trash piles, and then figure out where you want the power-ups to go. And we do a ton of testing to make sure that everything feels awesome. And then, when it's all done, are you ready? Bam! Then you can race the game. So, I don't know if that really answers your question of how we make Beach Buggy Racing, but that's sort of how it works. That might have answered part of your question anyway. Let's see, what's another question we got here? Here's a question about something that's not beach buggy. Somebody asked, here, wait. Before I answer that question, I'm gonna pick a different car, this car. And I'm gonna pick some different wheels because I wanted to try out some of the new wheels that we got, as I mentioned earlier. And I'm gonna go with this and this. Yep. And I'm gonna show you a use case for those different colored, yeah, maybe like this. No, like this. That's pretty cool. For the different colored fins. Alright, that's nice, I like that. And then, so here's why you want two different colored fins, and then I'll get back to that question that I was gonna answer. Well, this is actually not a great example because I made these two colors too similar. But you've got your regular paint color fin. Here, wait, let me just pick a different paint. Boom. There. It's kind of nice in its own way. Okay, so you've got, and then I'm gonna actually pick. Sorry. What did I say about having a head cold? Okay, yeah, that's good. So you've got your paint color fins, and that's pretty awesome. And then you've got your decal color fins. See, and now it can all match. You can use the different fins in the different places so that everything matches, and you end up with a car full of thorny death. There's no way I'm getting rid of that. Parachute. Parachutes are great. And then just because I'm gonna put pizza on the back. Okay, so where was I? Hey, thanks. Thanks. I just glanced over at the YouTube chat and I saw Andarium saying that looks awesome. Thanks, Andarium. Okay. I'm picking this track because it's easier and hopefully I can drive without crashing while I answer another question. So this person, Stick, somebody on Riptide, on Discord that's just named Stick, asked, is Riptide GP Renegade the last of the Riptide series? When you put it that way, it sounds really dramatic and kind of sad, like the last Airbender or something like that. Sad, but awesome also. The answer to that question is, well, right now it is the last. It's the most recent Riptide game, the last one that we did. But I'm just going to hit every single thing while I'm talking. But I mean, we always have wanted to do another Riptide game. I love the Riptide games. Riptide was the first mobile game that we made, Riptide GP, and then of course Riptide GP2, Riptide GP Renegade, all of them premium, never free to play. And so we've talked about doing like a new Riptide game, and maybe trying something different, like maybe even trying to do like a free to play Riptide game. We're not actually working on it right at the moment. I mean, we've done like a couple of little things just to experiment. Oops, I walked into that. But yeah, so I guess the short version, the less rambly version, is yeah, we'd like to do another Riptide game one of these days. I don't know for sure when it's going to happen. It could be as early as like, let's say, a year from now, and it could be never. But we definitely would like to do it. So yeah, we'll see. I love Beach Buggy, don't get me wrong, but Riptide also holds a place in my heart. It's very near and dear to me. Okay, another question. A question from Snowstorm said, are you ever going to implement the Beach Buggy Racing 1 game modes, offline free play, and infinite coin blitz in Beach Buggy Racing 2? I think offline free play is Beach Buggy Racing 1. Infinite coin blitz would be from Beach Buggy Blitz. But here, let me switch over to a different car because there's no way I'm taking the dragster on the sweet. There's no way I'm taking the dragster on the city streets. I think that would be too dangerous. I'll run with this, and I'll actually, since we're still on the subject of new customization options, I'm gonna throw some of those sweet new wheels on. I don't know what to call these. They look kind of like the devil's can opener or something. I think that's what I'm gonna call them, the devil's can opener. And then just because I need to make them a little bit more visible because it looks cool. And then I'm gonna, for the paint, because I want those rims to get colorized, I think I gotta go with, I mean, that looks pretty sick. I like getting these metallics in there because you get a little extra shine. Yeah, maybe something like that. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so the question was, are you going to ever implement the Beach Buggy 1 Racing game modes, online free play, and infinite coin blitz in Beach Buggy Racing 2? The answer to that is no. Let's see. Offline, we can't really do offline with Beach Buggy Racing 2. The thing is, there's a lot of pieces to Beach Buggy Racing 2, and we do a lot of syncing online, like saving your game so that if if something goes wrong, there's a backup of it. And also, of course, tournaments are a big part of Beach Buggy 2, and you need to be online for those. And we actually are thinking of doing even more stuff online to try to help with like fraud prevention, and cut down on some of the hacks that appear from time to time. And so yeah, the answer is no, we're probably not going to go offline with Beach Buggy 2. I'm sorry. If you really, really need to have an offline version of the game, you can get the version that's on the Nintendo Switch if you have one of those, because that's offline. But yeah, the mobile version is always going to be online, I'm afraid. The other one is the Infinite Coin Blitz. I don't know, that's a good question. I really like Beach Buggy Blitz and the Infinite sort of drive that we used to call it. So that would be kind of cool. It takes a whole lot of tech to make that like infinite world just spin out in front of you endlessly. And so I don't know if that's actually going to be able to make it into Beach Buggy Racing 2. But who knows? Never say never. It would definitely be cool. And the Coin Blitz has been pretty popular too, so it's definitely a possibility. That was pretty good. I think I'm doing pretty well considering that I'm hopped up on cough medicine and I'm answering questions at the same time. Okay, let's see. I got a few more questions here lined up. one of the questions is, oh yeah, I forgot I was gonna do the city level. Before I get into the city level, let me read the question. Are you gonna add new power-ups? The answer to that, I guess, is yes. There are a few that we've had on the back of our minds that we haven't added yet. And we've been trying, like, over the last year, I would say, to sort of balance the power-ups that we have a little bit more. Ouch. That's not cool. So in sort of preparation for being able to add a few more power-ups, so it's definitely a possibility, but I'm not sure exactly when that's going to happen. So how's that? That's like a total non-answer, sorry. But that's the answer I got for you today. By the way, I think we talked about this last time, but did you notice that we thinned out the traffic? So now in Sun City Strip, if you race at night, there's not as many cars. See? Everybody's home sleeping or watching Netflix or YouTube or something. But in the daytime, if you race on this level, there's a lot more traffic. Although we even thinned out the daytime traffic too, because people were giving us feedback like, well, there's too much traffic, and so we took it down a little bit. I like the traffic, but I understand running into those cars can drive you a little crazy when you're trying to go for the gold. Oh, here it comes. Here comes the pain. All right, next question. Will the Island Adventure version of Beach Buggy Racing 2 ever get a Nova character and the new city track, which is the one that I'm racing on right now, added? I didn't read that question exactly the way they wrote it, but I'm trying to drive at the same time. So the answer to that question is, oh wait, and that was from Gund, who was actually the same person that wrote it, the last question. Gund 2002, sorry. So the answer to that question is yes. We are going to bring over Commander Nova and the Sun City Strip track and some of the other new content to the console version. And I know we've been saying that for a while, but we actually have a deadline. We have to do it before this summer for various reasons. We have to do an update. And so we are going to bring some of that stuff over. I don't know, I don't know exactly how much we're going to bring over. We might. We're not sure if we're going to do the customization, to be honest, like the wheels and stuff like that. We might. We're going to take a look at that. But we're definitely going to bring over Commander Nova, the new track, and the new cars that we've done. So that stuff will be coming at some point. So thanks for your patience. We really appreciate everybody that has been playing the console version of the game, because we put a lot of love into that. And I'm gonna change my driver. Speaking of love, here, I'll go for Mika. She's lovable, but she can't be driving a regular car. She's got to be driving something with a little more pizzazz. How about that's a little too much pizzazz. Nah, I'll go for it. I'm not afraid. I might keep the, oh well, no, actually, I think I'm going to go for a different decal. That's cute, kind of appropriate. There we go. It's nice and obnoxious. And then for the wheels, something like this. I don't know why. Okay. I think I have 2 more questions. Okay, I'm not racing the tank on that level. I'm going to go here. Let's see. Tom Gotcha, another question from Tom. He says, why do some cars slow down when I drift and some cars go fast when they drift? For example, the Grand Corsa and Screamin' Jack. Well, I would say all cars slow down when you drift in real life. But in Beach Buggy, we made it so that when you're power sliding, some of the cars get a little bit of a speed boost. Actually, I think all of the cars get a little bit of a speed boost, but some of them get more of a speed boost. And the reason that we changed it for different cars is we wanted there to be a little bit of variety. Like some cars are better at drifting, some cars are better at going fast in a straight line. So like the Gran Corsa is one of those cars that if you're just like taking it on its straight up stats, like its speed and acceleration and everything, is really, really fast. But it turns a little bit harder and it doesn't drift as well. And so, you know, that's like one of the trade-offs we tried there. We tried to make trade-offs for everything so that there wasn't just like one car that was above and beyond everything else. And as some of you know, since we're on the subject of drifting, we did sort of tweak the drifting mechanic a while back, and then you gave us a whole bunch of useful feedback, basically telling us that we had blown it, and so then we changed it again, and now I think it's pretty tight. We haven't had any complaints about drifting or certain OP cars that shall not be mentioned in quite a long time. So when less people are complaining, I take that as a sign that we're doing something right. Hold on. As soon as I get to it straight away, I can read the next question. Let's see. So somebody, oh, I'm gonna die. Uday GZ says, will there be, oh, I already read that one. Will there be Golden Scar missions? Oh, in that case, I only have one more question. And that question is, where did Vector Unit come from? Where did the name Vector Unit come from? That's a good question. So we actually are really, really close to the 15-year anniversary of when Vector Unit started. I'm just going to keep playing while I'm talking. 15 years ago, this very day, Ralf and I were the first two people who started Vector Unit. And 15 years ago, we were hanging out at Ralph's house because we didn't have an office. We were working out of his house, and we were brainstorming ideas for our company name. And we were we actually officially registered the company, I think, on the what was it, Ralph? I think it was on the 21st. Maybe it was the 29th. Sorry, I got distracted there by all the action. Anyway, so 15 years ago today, we were trying to think of different names for our company. And the advice that my lovely wife gave us, because she's done a lot of work with like companies and brands and stuff like that, is you know, think of stuff that you like, that's meaningful to you, and that you enjoy or love, and then sort of work your name off of that. And so Ralph and I both really love, well, we love games, obviously, and we love science. And so we started thinking of, we brainstormed a whole bunch of different science names, like everything from, you know, like supernova to apogee. Well, that's it already. You know, one thing about a lot of other game people really like science too, and so actually there's a lot of game company names that that also took their inspiration from science. And so apogee, for example, that's an old one. That's a deep cut right there. But anyway, and so unit vector, you know, is like a physics term, and somehow vector unit, like the name vector came up, unit vector, and somehow vector unit was the one that just stuck with us. We were like, that's cool. Like we could have, you know, we like the idea that it had to do with physics because we really like games that are based on physics, like racing games. Yes, I thought I was gonna blow up right before the finish line there. And you know, Ralph is a programmer, and so programmers love numbers and vectors, and so yeah, so vector unit came from that idea, from the unit vector. One thing that's kind of funny is we came up with all of these names. So this was 15 years ago, right? We came up with all of these different sort of science names, and a lot of the names that we rejected ended up getting used by other people who started companies in the years after that. One of them I remember was Supergiant, and you probably all know Supergiant games. Another one was, I think, Moonshot. Somebody made a Moonshot games not too long ago. Anyway, there were a few out there, so great minds think alike, I guess. But there's only one vector unit. And thanks to you all, we are 15 years old this month. Which is pretty old for a video game company, I have to say. I still love it. I'm not actually sick of this game yet, which is pretty amazing, because we've been playing some version of Beach Buggy Blitz, Beach Buggy Racing, Beach Buggy Racing 2 over and over again almost every single day for the last like 10 years. So you guys keep it fresh for us. Ralph just mentioned that a vector unit is also the name of a math coprocessor. So there you go. Another reason to love the name besides the fact that it's associated with your favorite kart racing game. Tim reminded me that I'm supposed to be showing you guys Spooky Shores, which I totally forgot. And I don't think, here, let's see. So we added, you know, there's different, I'm going to do this the cheapest possible way. You know, we have different times of day for all of our tracks. And many of these tracks, all of these tracks, appeared in some form or another in Beach Buggy Racing 1. And there was one particular track. Oh, yes! What are the chances? What are the chances that I actually got Buccaneer Bay, the Spooky Shores version, on the first try? The chances are 1 in 3, basically, because there's 3 different times of day. Here you go. So somebody on Discord asked us for this. They were like, where is Spooky Shores? When can we get Spooky Shores in Beach Buggy Racing? The truth of the matter is, Spooky Shores was a track in Beach Buggy Racing 1. And Spooky Shores has been in Beach Buggy Racing 2, but we called it Buccaneer Bay. We kind of changed it. We changed the layout. I mean, we changed the decorations a little bit, but we kept the layout exactly the same. And so in this last update, Tim added a spooky nighttime version of Buccaneer Bay, which is a shout out to our fans on Discord, and also a shout out to Beach Buggy Racing 1 and Spooky Shores. So it is, like I said, it's not exactly the same as Spooky Shores because there's a couple differences in this track. I don't think Spooky Shores had the big pirate ships, and Spooky Shores didn't have the bridges that go over the beach. There were a bunch of like tiki huts and stuff like that. But you know, these are all academic. Spooky Shores was spooky. That's all you need to know. Spooky and foggy. And so is this. So here we go. This was one of the other changes that went into the most recent update, Spooky Shores. And I think that at the end of this race, I will conclude our live stream for the day. But it has been a pleasure talking with you. A pleasure filling your ear holes with my babble. And thank you very much for watching. Thank you for playing the game. Please subscribe if you haven't already. We're getting really close to 100,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. So that'll be exciting. I think we're at like 94,000 right now. So subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, thanks again for playing. Check out the latest update for oh, look at that. Hit 5 opponents with a single Monster Munch. I just made myself a little bit closer to unlocking Mika's sweet new outfit. So on that note, it's time for me and Mika to say goodbye. Hope you all had a good day, and I will talk to you soon. See you later, everybody.